Hello, this is his physics speaking, and welcome to his physics YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to find the wavelength, amplitude, frequency, and period from a sinusoidal graph. I also show you the relationship between period and frequency and how to use it in solving problem. So stay to the end of the video to get the full gist. Let's get to the video. So now, if this is the first time coming across this channel, you're in the right place. Why? Because in this channel we make mathematics, physics, and statistics easy. So feel free to click on the subscribe button and join the learning community. Now, let's assume we have a sinusoidal graph. This is how a sinusoidal graph looks like. This is a sinusoidal graph where the peak is known as the trough and here is known as the crest. Now, we say we should find the wavelength, amplitude, period, and frequency from this sinusoidal graph. Now, let's say from here to here is 5 and the total distance here is 8 meters. So this is distance. Now, to find the amplitude is the distance from your middle line to your trough. So for watching, from this our sinusoidal graph here, from here to here is 5. So obviously our amplitude A equals to 5 meters. So we have found our amplitude. Now to calculate our wavelength is the distance of one cycle. This is from trough to crest. This is one cycle and this is another cycle. So in this graph has two cycles, from here to here, 1, and from here to here, 2. I wanted to find the wavelength of this graph. If you watch from here to here, say from here to here is 8 meters, and this thing has 2 cycles. If from here to here is 8, meaning from here to here will be 4 meters, and from here to here will complete it 8 meters. So obviously our wavelength equals to 4 meters. This is how you find your wavelength and amplitude using a sinusoidal graph. Now let me show you another example where I'll show you how to find the wavelength, how to find the frequency and period using the same sinusoidal graph. So now we have two examples here. The example says, from this sinusoidal graph, so we should find our frequency and our period. Now, what is frequency? Frequency can be defined as the number of revolutions completed in one cycle, in 1 second, while period is the time taken to complete one revolution. What does that mean? Meaning our frequency from our definition is the number of revolutions completed in one cycle, in 1 second. Meaning our frequency is n over t, where n stands for the number of revolutions and t stands for time in seconds. And our period equals to the time taken to complete one revolution, meaning our period is t all over n. What does this mean? If you look at this where these two formulas, you know that our frequency is the inverse of our period. So you can say our frequency equals to 1 over t. This is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. So our frequency is therefore the inverse of our period. Now let's use this idea to solve this problem now. For the first question, say we should find the frequency and period from this sinusoidal graph. Most people have to find frequency and period, but it's from the formula method. But most people don't know how to find it from a sinusoidal graph. That's why I made this video so you guys can learn. Now let's get to the video. From the definition we have, we said frequency is the number of cycles completed in 1 second. That is n over t. And let's count the cycle we have in this sinusoidal graph. We have that is 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 3 cycle, and 4 cycle. Meaning from this our graph, our n equals to 4 revolution. This is our n. We have 4 cycles. This is our sinusoidal graph. And what is our total time? Our total time equals to 8 seconds. From here, you see total time is 8 seconds. Now from our formula, we can say our frequency equals to n over t, which is equals to 4 over 8, which is equals to 1 over 2 hertz. This is our frequency for this first question. Or let me come here. This is our frequency for this first question. And from our formula we derived earlier, our period is inverse of our frequency, or our frequency is inverse of our period. They are both inverse of each other. So period now equals to 1 over f, which is 1 over, our frequency is what? 1 over 2. If we solve this, we have 1 over 1 times 2 over 1 equals to 2 seconds. So therefore our frequency is 1 over half hertz, and our period is 2 seconds. So we are done with finding our frequency and period from the sinusoidal graph. So you can note it down, because from the beginning of this video I said I would show you how to find the relationship between frequency and period. So you can note down in your book that frequency is the inverse of period, and period is also the inverse of frequency. Now let's go to the second example. Example 2. Example 2 says, also find the frequency and period from this sinusoidal graph. Now let's watch. In this example 2 now, they put our time here. From the first example, our time was here at the edge. But here, our time is here. So from what I said, definition of frequency period is number of time completed in what? One cycle. Period equals to time taken to complete one cycle. And this is one cycle from my earlier teaching. This is one cycle. So period is the time taken to complete one cycle. And for me, they said after this one cycle, the time was 0.25 seconds. So automatically our period equals to 0.25 seconds. Time taken to complete one cycle. After one cycle, we had 0.25 seconds from this our graph here. So that is our period, because it's the time taken to complete this first cycle here. So if our period is 0.25 seconds, automatically our frequency, which is inverse of period, is now 1 over 0.25 seconds, which is 1 over 0.25. So because our frequency is the inverse of our period, so frequency equals to 1 all over 0.25 seconds, which is equals to 4 seconds. So in this video, I taught you guys how to find the frequency, the period, the amplitude, and the wavelengths from a sinusoidal graph. So this video was helpful for you. I know you learned something. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so when I drop a new video, you'll be notified. And most importantly, also like the video. This can be pushed to others so they can learn. This is his physics YouTube channel, and this is what we do. We make maths, physics, and chemistry. Maths, physics, and statistics easy. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.